Okay. So
Whoa!
wow,
It's
something's
a
different here.
it's a cinematic from the side.
Yeah. So I decided to switch over to the Pixel remaster because I wanted to. Um, and I wasn't planning on showing anything that we've already seen before. Um, but this was much different from any previous version of Final Fantasy VI, so I felt the need to include it. So this is the opera scene, just a part of it.
It's
Yeah. The rest of it isn't too much different. Things are a little more 3D, but I don't know. Tell me if you like this, the way this looks more, or if you like this more or not than the original.
me or
Anyone, I guess.
okay. I didn't know if you were going for some audience engagement.
Well, I mean, yes. Um, this actually, I don't know if you heard this rumor, or if it was just me, or at least I'm
Does
pretty
Bruno
sure.
Mars is gay?
Hmm,
The
no,
rumor come out of
the rumor behind Final Fantasy VI. I thought I had heard that six might be getting the Octopath um,
treatment.
treatment. Yeah,
Mm,
and this kind of like makes me think they tried testing it, and the Pixel remaster, and someone came to them and asked them to do the Pixel remaster instead. So they just like added this in place of the original.
no idea.
It is something interesting to think about, though, because I thought they were supposed to. I thought they were talking about giving Six the Octopath treatment, but I guess
Mm,
that just didn't happen, or at least hasn't happened yet. Maybe in like 10 years or something, they'll re-release Six with the full Octopath treatment. All right,
nice.
so don't wait until Celeste gets to the end of the platform, otherwise it will register as you failing, and you'll have to redo the rest of the opera.
Wonderful.
Yeah. The other notable difference with this version is the music. Like, for this song in particular, they have actual
Mhm.
vocals rather than the chip tune.
Hmm. Huh. Yeah, I noticed.
And it's a really pretty song. I really like it.
Yeah.
So, this will be over in a few seconds, and then we'll get back to where we were in the floating continent. Or well, we were descending towards the floating continent. Uh,
Kind of weird to descend on a floating continent if it's already floating.
well, we jumped from an airship, remember?
I
Well,
know, but
well, technically we were blown off of an airship.
hmm.
Yeah. Um, so I was trying to decide when to like cut in with the Pixel remaster, and obviously the timing just worked out for this. Plus, this run of the floating continent was way better than my original run of the floating continent, so I decided to use this one instead. And if you were wondering why we were only allowed to have 3 people in our party, this is why. Shadow found found a dirty ninja on the side of the road.
A dirty bad ninja.
Yeah. Eh,
I'm still gonna be mad about it
wait, what part of why are you mad again?
because he's a bad assassin.
Well, now he has the assassin dagger, which has an
It's not
instant
like he's
death.
gonna fucking use it.
No, actually, he not in this fight, but one of these fights. assuming I kept it in, he actually uses the assassin dagger, and it has instant death. Occasionally.
Yeah. 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 Uh-huh.
Still bad. Still bad ninja.
All I'm saying is that when your whole job title is assassin, and you run up to your target and yell at them, you're a bad assassin.
No, you're supposed to jump down from 30 stories. And then
Also,
land
when
in
you
hay.
dress up in pure black and then go into the middle of the day, you're also a bad assassin.
Yeah, the
We
assassin
got that
dagger.
95 damage.
Yeah, I know. If it hits with that instant death, it's pretty nice. Takes out an enemy.
What's the fucking prog chant for it? Like what? 15%?
I don't know. I can check. Hopefully this typing is not coming up in the mic.
It's not.
Okay,
Nice
cool.
for me.
Okay, so this is Gigantos. How do you feel about getting throat jabbed a lot?
I don't.
Good answer. The best recommendation I have is to use Phantom. Golem also works, but Phantom turns you invisible, and a lot of enemies in this place use primarily physical-based attacks. So
Wow.
yeah, the vanish status prevents you from getting hit by physical attacks. Magical attacks can still hit you, though.
So you're a filthy cheater is what I'm hearing.
No, this was a built-in game mechanic.
That you're abusing.
No, I'm not.
Seems like abuse to me. Say, man. You try to justify that all you want. That's abuse.
Not sure. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't say the specific percent chance to get instant death. It just says adds a small chance. Okay, so this is the dragon. This is considered the rare fight for the floating continent. I ran into this guy at least 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Use thunder. That will kill him pretty quickly. Does a lot of damage. Snort will blow one of your party members out of the battle, and they get nothing. So, not ideal, but...
You kicked out the main character?
But she's back.
No!
Alright, I think
Yeah, but then she just missed all that XP. That's so fucking sad.
Yeah, I know. Although Terra and Celeste are about... are probably the highest level.
Like,
Out of my
did they
entire
just
group.
update the UI a little bit and just took care of the backsplashes? Because the sprites don't really look that different.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, this was another part where I forgot that I left that in.
Is there like a new update pack for it, or?
What do you
Is
mean?
there like an OG? Is there like an OG version, or? Just like when Final Fantasy VII got like updated, like when they ported it over to PC, they're like, "Hey, here's this whole thing." Everybody's like, "Cool."
These guys
play
don't
the
like
old classic game.
Blizzard. So what they did, the original Steam version of Final Fantasy 5 and 6, and probably 3 and 4, I believe, were a bit more... They were a bit cleaner. They weren't quite as... They weren't pixels. Or at least not, like, these type of pickle.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain, but the UI was kind of messy. People didn't really like that. Didn't really like the way the characters kind of looked, just in general.
Yeah.
But they have changed a few things with this one. Some of the graphical effects are a lot more interesting than the original version and like the other remakes. So, for instance, when we helped Strago rescue
Yeah.
Realm out of the burning building, how in that one it was just like a blue sparkle that he threw.
Yeah.
Well, now it actually looks like he's spraying water on the house.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It. I think it. I think the game looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The UI obviously is a lot more closer to the original 6 in the style.
Yeah.
And they primarily did that with all the games, where they kind of, in a sense, homogenized things. But it also kind of brings the games a little closer together. And it doesn't... Obviously, for like the NES games, those were very limited by their hardware. So they couldn't... make them all look the same. They all had different like features and different, slightly different UIs. But I think the pixel remasters helped kind of I don't want to say like bridge together, but like they make them similar in style. Makes it feel like they're the same series, you know. I think a lot of the spells as well, they kind of all made the same throughout them. All different pixel remasters. I should state that I've only played 6 and 5 in any great length so far. I've played a little bit of 4, but I haven't played the first 3.
Okay.
Okay. If you do not come prepared for this place can kick your ass, by the way. So be warned.
Well, I'm glad that you prepared.
Yes, me too. Because I'll be honest, in the first time, I was running away from a lot of battles. The only primary reason why I'm starting to run away now is because my MP is starting to get low.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to be wasting 40 to 60 magic points per battle until I get to the save point and use a tent. So
sorry if I was just quiet for a second. I have an ultra wide monitor, and it's been having a weird flickering issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been doing like digging on the side of it whenever it comes up. I finally found out what the issue is, and it has to do with my monitor and how it interacts with AMD's FreeSync.
Okay.
So I just had to turn off FreeSync for a little bit, which isn't ideal. So how monitors work, they try to constantly push out the best performance through pixels. But sometimes they either over or undershoot that, depending on what like your monitor's display is and what it can actually put out.
Hmm.
Or so since you're running this stream at 30 FPS, my monitor's trying to register 30 FPS on a 165 hertz panel.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's flickering because it's like we're gonna keep going, and then it's like wait a second, so it doesn't adjust for that. Like we're actually rendering 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So you take off FreeSync because FreeSync also like makes sure that like very low latency in between frames and stuff, and it pushes out like very precise measurements. So you
Okay.
turn that off, and then the game will actually do it,
All
or
right.
not the game. The game.
So back there, if this place is kicking your ass, you can jump onto the airship and get out of here. All right. So
Wait,
this
that's Ultima.
Ultima weapon, the first weapon.
This is the first weapon.
Yeah, I believe this is the first game that has the whole weapon, super boss type thing. All right.
I mean, I guess Ultima is usually the weapon you use.
Well, okay, so there were two weapons. One
Yeah.
that was a sword and one that was a monster. All right. So my
You got the sword?
Yes, we have the sword. I
Fuck yeah.
believe either Celeste or Terra has it. So here is my recommendation for handling this guy. Have Golem to handle his physical attacks. Use Zone Seeker to help with the magical based attacks, because that will give you a lot of defense buffs. And then when you feel ready, use Carbuncle to cast Reflect on the entire party. You could also use Reflect Rings.
And then have Terra turn into a Super Saiyan.
Yes, because she can. That'll do more magic damage. At this point, you just kind of have to spam
What?
So that's a sketch. That's Realm's special ability.
Okay.
At this point, you just have to spam powerful magical attacks. I think he's not weak to anything in particular. I think I'd just go with Blizzara a lot, because that seemed to give me the most damage. Just be warned, casting Carbuncle and basically casting Reflect on all of your party does make it so you can't cast Cure on yourself without, bouncing it back towards Ultima weapon. So that is something to keep in mind. The other thing of note is I have Gaia gear on, which you can get in the Masa, and that absorbs Earth Elemental magic. One of his most damaging attacks is Quake, which is Earth. So I don't think that can be reflected. So being able to absorb that will definitely help you out. Gravity is also something that you can't reflect. So that will probably be his most damaging attack. But as you can see, he goes down with the proper setup. Gives 10 AP, but no money and no experience. And an elixir, so, I have no right to fight at your side. Not after I sold myself to the Empire. Alright. This is the only other fight that I think I show off. Get the fuck out of these fights if you can. These Buddha head assholes can use an attack called Smirk, which essentially stops your party in their tracks. It stops the character that it hits. With 3 of them there, if all of them decide to use Smirk, guess what? You're not going to be able to run from that fight. Not for a while, at least. Alright, this was another change from the original version. All the sparkles around those statues weren't there. And the whole, like, triangle thing that it was forming earlier just wasn't there.
Wonderful.
Yes, wonderful.
Right.
So, if you don't have Celeste in your party at this, or like in the party during this scene, she will show up because she's, actually important for this scene.
Look at me, woman! I'm a clown man! Look at me, old man! Look at me do my dance!
Take the sword, kill them all.
Okay. Do it! Do it, you blonde bitch! Fucking, I'm gonna look away.
Celeste, together we will rule the world. Mwahaha. Power only breeds war. Something we'd all be better without. Yeah, tell that to Russia.
Hey, yo, way to be up with current events.
God. Probably one of my favorite videos is watching the guy with a cigarette in his mouth carrying a landmine.
I think I like the fact that Ukrainians were taking them as prisoners of war, but now they aren't anymore. Just sad. But...
yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, most of the Russians aren't even interested in war.
Yeah, and the soldiers are all told that it's a fucking training exercise.
Yeah.
Not a full-scale assault, and they're like, we don't want to be doing this, so we're gonna surrender?
Alright, so, we stab Kefka. He freaks out because apparently he's never seen his own blood before. And now he's trying to take the power of the Warring Triad.
You know what? Yeah, that makes zero fucking sense. You know why that makes zero fucking sense to me? We have stabbed that stupid clown in the fucking dick so many times.
But apparently, it never drew blood.
Right. You hopeless thing, I'm afraid you leave me no choice. I'm just gonna use this power you've unleashed to put you to sleep. Try me, bitch!
It's so not threatening coming from Gestal.
Gestal's not threatening in every fucking way, shape, or form.
Fraga. The wrong password.
Zeta Flare? You gonna pull a Donald Duck? The strongest character in Final Fantasy? The strongest red mage?
Meltdown. Who's the strongest red mage?
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck is the strongest red mage.
Donald Duck dies like within 5 seconds of any fight.
Yeah, but he can cast Zeta Flare by himself. So that's technically him being the strongest red mage.
Technically. So,
not even technically. Yeah. He's the strongest red mage.
So the reason why Gestal can't hurt Kefka is because Kefka was standing in the middle of the Warring Triad, and they absorb all magic.
Now I gotta punch him?
Now
even better.
Now he's critiquing the gods on their accuracy here.
Are they trying to kill him?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to kill... I mean, they're not aiming lightning at him for no reason.
Well, not just... I thought they were going for Kefka, too.
No, they were just bad aims. I mean, to be fair, Kefka was also like pretty close to just all at
That's
the
why.
time.
That's why I was like, I don't know who they're trying to murder.
World is about to learn. I flicked through that too quickly. That is
Kick.
sad. Plink. Uh-oh.
Celeste is like, Dad, no.
Nah, she doesn't view him as a dad. Sid, maybe, yeah.
Hey, yo, that's
And
my homie's. That's my homie's second option. Okay, don't kick her off. Why are we moving things? Why are we touching things? Stop touching things.
yeah.
How can you move those statues by yourself?
Apparently they're made out of basalt. Basalt's a light rock, right? I think so.
No.
Isn't it? Which
You don't
one
remember
is
when Zach bought that fucking 10-pound of salt?
10 basalt?
Oh,
Not,
basalt?
yeah. That's the rock with all the like and that's the super porous rock.
It has air pockets in it, yeah.
Bitch, please. Alright, so Shadow is telling us to run, because stuff is going to hell right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to be of some type of not used.
He's more useful, trying to put the
I'm
statues
assuming
back.
that you have blank amount of time to get to point. Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm waiting for it.
You got plenty of time. Got 6 whole minutes to get from here to the sparkle. Alright. So these are naughties. And you cannot run away.
Hold on. Oh, okay.
What?
Don't call them naughties and not... No, you put too much inflection on that.
Well, in their SNES counterparts are called naughties. Like, that's how it's spelled. N-A-U... However you spell naughty.
E-H-T-Y.
Yeah. I don't know how to spell. I don't.
It's funny that I had a lot of confidence spelling that. I've been having a lot of burnout at work. So somebody asked me a question about a desk phone, and I was like, "Hey, as of this moment, like we converted all the lines over to internet lines. Like you can't get you a desk phone over there just because of how the systems ran. Yada yada yada."
Mm-hmm.
And like in my head that went good, and then what I actually wrote was, hold on, I could probably pull it up.
Just give these guys some fire and they go down.
At this time, we've converted the phones over there that can be used for internet, so the desk phone should be able to work in her office. I'm not sure if blank company has plans to install new ones, or if they want to move to a different system. I'll talk to them about it during my meeting today, but for now, a desk phone cannot be used.
Were you
so like the first
aneurysm when you...
Dude, I think I like literally had a stroke because I was like, I can't speak English today. I had such difficulties forming sentences. I was like, I mean, no. All
right, so
it was a rough day.
When
you touch the orb,
yes. If you try and approach that from the left side, the floor will crumble prematurely, so you have to go around.
Did their murals always look like that?
Hold on. Okay. I think okay.
Yeah, because like that's a little bit more pixelated than what they were.
Well, you got to remember this is also the pixel remaster.
Yeah, but why would you remaster the color like the watercolors?
You got to remember that this is based off of the SNES and Game Boy Advance versions, which had these, which had the portraits like these or like this.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I will give it that the color like the watercolors, like I keep saying color marks, but the
Yeah.
watercolors in their murals looked a lot better than the other one. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely things that I kind of like more about the Steam version versus this one. By the way, the Steam version is like defunct at this point, so you can't
Oh,
get it
why?
anymore.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like if you already own it, obviously. Alright, so with this guy, he will cast Doom on the entire party, which gives you a countdown. And he has Reflect on, like, permanently. So the only way you can hurt him with magic is by casting, having Reflect on you, and then bouncing the spells back at him.
I fought a boss like that before.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular like boss strategy, but he goes down really easily. Like that. The other way
What a
is
bitch!
he doesn't have very much health, so you can just
Hey guys, our tiny ass ride's here.
um so you can just hit him with physical attacks, and eventually you'll kill him. All right, so we're gonna wait. I speed this up because we were at like 4 minutes or something, and waiting 4 minutes was not something I really wanted to do.
Does the shadow come back or?
So yeah, wait for Shadow. He will show up at about 5 seconds left. Yeah, and so if you do not wait for Shadow, that he dies.
And you waited for him?
Yes, I don't want him
God
to
damn
die.
it, David! He's useless.
But he has an amazing backstory, Ben.
No, he doesn't. We're gonna zoom in on this area right there.
Oh, oh,
What?
oh, oh no.
You're supposed to part the sea, not the ground.
Ouch. Those two.
Part the sea, not the ground.
Imp. Explosions everywhere. Hang on. Hang on indeed. I'm not sure
How? How?
I don't know.
How?
I don't I don't know how you explain that one. But it then explodes. Everything explodes.
What the fuck?
Apparently someone casted Ultima.
Twice?
Apparently. Oof. And on that day, the world was torn asunder.
You're supposed to split the sea, not the earth. Bad, Moses. Bad.
It's plate tectonics, Ben.
That's not a plate tectonic, David. It's dead ass right in the fucking middle of the continent.
On that day, the world was changed forever. Alright. We lost. Kefka won.
Fucking game over.
Yep. See
All
you
right.
guys next time.
5 years later. Yeah, next time on Dragon Ball Z.